Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we're discussing the lovely Jaeger LeCoutre Master Ultra Thin Automatic. 40 millimeters in red gold. The watch measures only 7.7 millimeters thick with knife-like profile. On my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, the watch looks even thinner, only 6, maybe 5 millimeters thick because of the way it nestles down on the wrist. Lug to lug, it's an easy one to wear at only 45.5 millimeters across the wrist. I can recommend this 40 millimeter case for a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters circumference. The spacing between the lugs is contemporary, 21 millimeters, giving the 40 millimeter case a nice modern proportional stanced look on the wrist. So the timepiece is equipped with a commensurately flat, dark brown, large rectangular scale alligator leather with a semi-gloss finish, folded edge, a monotone stitch. You can see on the underside this is a brand new Jaeger LeCoutre factory strap, nicely made, gator on the top, calf on the bottom, and a simple red gold pin buckle, classically styled for easily adjustment. You can see that the case band is simple. The lugs are fluid and graceful. They're integrated with the case band itself, really an extension of the case. The flared bevel at the end, a lovely nuance, although the surface is all of polish. That inflection does give an extra reflective contrast, allowing the case to remain well differentiated in spite of its uniform finish. The fluid forms of the lugs contrast with the hard conical profile of the bezel itself, which is lovely and minimalist. You can see why I say the watch looks thinner on the wrist. The cupped caseback nestles down once you have it buckled. The dial is a lovely eggshell coloration, basically ivory. It's well keyed to the red gold tones of the watch as well as the red gold tones of the hands and the indices. You have diamond polished dart style applique indices with polished dimple style seconds and minutes tracks outboard. At center you have a beautifully extended Lancet style seconds hand with a counterweight and high polish, and then you have Dauphine hands that are half frosted for improved contrast. You can see the good effect, the half frosting on the hour hand. It is a minimalist dial, spare by design and beautiful because of it. If you're going to have a date on a dial like this, balance it. Don't replace an index, place it right at the bottom so you have a axis that runs from the double index up at 12 right down through 6 o'clock with everything arrayed along that axis. Now you do have a stop seconds function so you can set the watch precisely to a reference time, as well as a quick set function so you can rapidly cycle the date, and the watch does have a wonderfully crisp quick set for the date. Listen to this. That is a snick and a snap. Turn it all over and you can see that the movement is the handsome Jaeger LeCoutre manufacturer caliber 899. Automatic winding, 32 joules, a free-sprung balance for toughness. It beats away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. It has a 43-hour power reserve, and it is an efficient unidirectional winder. That's more efficient than a bidirectional. The unidirectional efficiency compounded by the use of unlubricated ceramic rotor bearings at the center so that the rotor is exceptionally slick and maintenance-free. All of the screws that you could see blued are fire blued, that is kiln oxidized rather than chemically dyed. The handsome movement is nuanced in a number of ways. There's a partial skeletonization of the rotor. There is a two-part rotor with the 22 karat gold mass outboard, and note the attention to detail using a 22 karat gold mass, ultra dense rather than the more common 21 karat, 18 karat, or even tungsten options you see elsewhere. There are a number of features that allow the watch to be exceptionally thin. This is a thin movement, one of the hallmarks of a thin movement being the open barrel that you can see just under the barrel bridge, and then there's a lovely circular Cote de Genève across the rotor as well as the winding bridge with an engine turned perlage across much of the base plate. It's a good looking movement, it's a good looking watch. All of this surprisingly water resistant to 50 meters, which is uncommon for a dress watch. All of that has been through the Master 1000 hours control, which is a 1000 hour test of water resistance, winding efficiency, power reserve, as well as chronometric precision. The 1000 hour test introduced back in 1992. It was one of the first in-house watch testing standards that went above and beyond the COSC chronometer standard. And of course, it applies to the entire assembled watch, not the bare movement as with the COSC. See this lovely knife-edged Jaeger LeCoutre Master Ultra Thin Automatic and make it yours on the Watchbox.